Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, so I will request everybody to switch on the
Morning, sir.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I'm just waiting for a few more minutes for others to join in.
Okay.
I'm not seeing too many people, so if you can switch on your camera, please. So Sweta, please let me know once everybody has joined. I can start the
Yes,
session.
sir. Yes, sir. Only 33 of them have joined, sir.
Yeah, please let me know. Maybe I will wait for a few more minutes and then we will
Okay,
start
sir.
the session.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So it is
Sir.
5 minutes already over. So I will
Yeah,
request
sir.
everybody to join on time, right?
Yes, actually, I just spoke to college ma'am, Dr. Nisha ma'am. So she was just telling another 5 minutes to wait and then start.
Sure, no problem, no problem.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Meantime, I will request everybody to switch on the camera, please. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Can we start the session now?
Yes,
Or should we wait
sir.
for another few more minutes?
We can start. I think it's already 56 members are there. 56 to 60 students are there, sir. For your information, we have muted all the students, this one. Whenever is required, we can unmute them, sir. Otherwise, in between, lot of noise will be there. It may disturb your class. That's why.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sir. But I want to be more of interactive. So just to introduce myself, I'm a qualified accountant. I have basically studied in University of Cambridge. I studied in University of Paderborn in Germany. Also have done executive MBA from IIM Calcutta. And I worked in multiple industries like ABB, Siemens, Hewlett-Packard, Wipro, Atos, and have traveled around the world. So what I'm going to bring into this session is basically my experience and what is the trend and mega trends that is happening around the world. And some of you are budding entrepreneurs. So what I think is that will be a good knowledge for you, what is happening around the world and what are the niche area or what are the upcoming areas where you can work on those areas and start your own business. And for the students who want to go into the service industry, also what are the trends and mega trends that are happening and where basically you can work and can create your career, right? So with this, I want to start and let me know, some of you, if you want to introduce yourself. I'm keeping my camera off so that I can see all of you. So I will request you to switch on your camera and maybe just do a initial introduction of you. Yes, Saurabh Kumar, if you can just introduce yourself a little bit. And
hello, sir. My name is Saurabh Kumar. Actually, I'm from Bihar. And can you hear? Hello.
Yeah. So if you can just introduce your name and what you're studying, right? And from which place, that will be great. Yeah. So any other person want to?
My name is Saurabh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please switch on a camera.
My
please.
name is Saurabh Kumar. My voice is coming.
Yes, I can hear your voice. Yes.
Okay. My name is Saurabh Kumar. I'm studying BCA with AI, a special course, and I'm from Bihar, staying in Sarjapura, Bangalore.
Thank you. Any other person, few of you, if you can introduce yourself.
Sir, hi sir, good morning. Myself, I'm Amit Manoj, and I'm from Kerala, and I have took BCA and with specialized in AI. That's my introduction, sir.
Thank you. Very good morning. Yeah, please. Any other person who want to introduce themselves?
Hello everyone. Myself Abdullah Bey. I've chosen BCA with cybersecurity.
Excellent. So I'm seeing multiple people coming. I just wanted to understand. So I'm seeing people coming from AI, want to specialize in AI, cybersecurity. So few of you, I will just take few more minutes. So I will want you to be more interactive and want you to basically introduce yourself. Say the industry, what they want. They want basically people to be more interactive. You want you to present. So when you go into the future, if you start working in the industry, what is required is that you need to be more interactive with multiple people, right? And this COVID has also given us an example where you need to work real time, right? And so you will do spread throughout the world. So I want you to basically proactive, come into the camera and speak 1 or 2 minutes about yourself so that I can know some of you before I start the session. So again, I request maybe 3-4 people, if you can come into the camera and just speak about yourself.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm Blessen Ronit. I'm studying BCA first sem. I've chosen AI with Python, and I love football and chess.
Excellent. So very good. I also love football. So which club you're supporting?
I support Team England and Man United.
Man United. So you're following the Premier League?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So some other person, please come on the camera and please speak about yourself.
Good morning, all.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Zoom and I'm from Kerala. And I opted BCA with Big Data Analytics.
Excellent.
That's all about myself. Thank you.
Very good. Very good morning. So some other few more people to come on and speak about yourself and your hobby also. That will be great.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Good morning.
Sir, my name is Nitin S. Nair. I'm from Kerala and I have chosen BCA with AI and Python. And I love to watch esports tournaments and analyze them.
So which team you're supporting?
So in esports, I support Fnatic, Team Fnatic. It's an US-based team.
Excellent. So some of the global competition is also going on, right? So if you're interested in gaming, right? So multiple gaming competition goes on, and the prize money is also quite phenomenal. People may not be knowing.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So there are good Korean teams also there, and Chinese teams are also there in multiple esports, right? Yep. So good. So can we go on to the next person, please? Some of you kindly come into the camera and just introduce yourself and your hobby so that I can know.
Hello, sir. My name is Shai Vikrant. I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
I took BCA with artificial intelligence. Tech is my passion, and I follow tech for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to explore the edge of the technology. That's why I chose artificial intelligence with Python.
Excellent. So in this session, I'm going to talk about the trends, mega trends, what is happening around the world, right?
Good morning,
technologies, and that will really help you. Thank you. So the next, please.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please. Good morning.
Sir, my name is Harsha.
Yeah, tell me.
I have taken BCA with Big Data Analysis. My aim is...
Yeah, tell me.
My hobby is to play cricket, sir.
So which cricket team you're in IP? You follow IPL?
Chennai Super Kings, sir.
Oh, excellent. So, and do you also play cricket nowadays, or you do not play cricket?
I play, sir.
So what you do? Bowling, batting?
Bowling, sir.
Okay, so what? Pace or spin?
Spin, sir.
Okay, so which one? Left hand or right hand spinner?
Right hand, sir.
Okay, good. So, well, I also love to play cricket. In fact, Saurabh Ganguly is from my same college. We studied together and we watched multiple times cricket in Eden Gardens. And I also watch IPL and travel a lot of places in India to watch IPL. So great. Thank you. So any other person?
Good morning, all. Sir, my name is Aromal. I'm coming from Kerala. I'm taken BCA with artificial intelligence. So one day the intelligence will decide the world. Artificial intelligence will control this world. That way I choose the artificial intelligence.
Excellent choice. Thank you. Must be following Elon Musk and his thoughts, right? So he's want to implant basically chips into human body and make them some cyborgs.
Yes, sir.
Of course, there are pros and cons. We will discuss later on, but let's move to the other person. So if you can introduce yourself, please come on the camera and introduce yourself. Okay, I think all our people are becoming shy. I'm not seeing many people coming in. So in fact, if you want to come on the camera, I'm giving the last person option before we start the session. And if any ladies or girls in the session, you can also just introduce yourself. I'm seeing all from the boys. So let's have some diversity also. If you can come and introduce yourself.
Sir, good morning, sir. I am Hafida from Kerala. I have chosen BCA with artificial intelligence. I have chosen this because India is not developed yet in technologies and more. We can hear about technology from other countries like USA, China, Japan, etc. So I want to be India to be developed in all cases, in artificial intelligence also.
Okay, we will walk through and tell you what are the things happening around the world and in India also. You will get basically the knowledge. So don't think India is lagging behind, and some of the global multinational IT companies heads are Indians, right? So of course, there are a lot of way we need to move forward. And since I have traveled around the world, I will tell you my experience also and how as a student, you can look into those areas and adapt yourself so that it can be betterment for your future. Okay, now with this, I want to share my screen, right, and talk about the session. So you can see me also, and I will request all of you to be online on the camera. That will be great. And of course, sometimes I will switch off my camera when I see the network issue or I want to see all of you. So let me share my screen now. So I hope you're able to see my screen. Hello,
Yes,
everybody.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think, let me just make it this thing. And so that no disturbance and network issue, I'm just switching off my video, but I will request all of you to be on video. And let me just take you through, make it a full screen. And so that I hope now you can see a full screen, right? So my name is Sabyasachi Banerjee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, what we are going to talk about. So I'm seeing that all of you are interested in IT and you're coming from different places in India, right? And what I also foresee is that you have taken multiple in IT, for example, AI, big data, analytics, right? So I just wanted to take you through or walk you through some of the things that is happening around the world. To start with, you're all basically heard of the word Industry 4.0. That is the buzzword that is happening around the world, right? And what Industry 4.0? I just wanted to check with you. So any of you know what is Industry 4.0 before we jump into our journey into the IT field? So I will just request maybe a couple of you, if you know something about Industry 4.0, please let me know.
Sir, it is the next generation technology like autonomous robots, cyber security, IoT and simulation, and metaverse.
Good. Any other person? Please tell me your name also. When you're
Sir,
speaking.
my name is Blessing.
Good, Blessing. So any other person want to take an attempt?
And it's also like about the cyber physical systems, like in the modern age, like use cyber physically able or metaverse. That's about like the new industry that's been coming, or new innovation, new innovative technology has been introduced. That's I think about the industry 4.0.
Good. So let me just take you to the journey, how the Industry 4.0 started, right? In 1970, right, the Industry 1.0 that started with the mechanization of water power, steam power, invent of the steam, right, the steam engines. From hand they're using, then the machines that were driven by steams. And that is how the first factories were using the steam power was established in 1970. After that, almost 100 years later, the Industry 2.0 started, right? They started with the invent of the electricity, that is around 1870 onwards, right? So what is this Industry 2.0? It started, it was mass production of assembly line. Just to let you know, assembly line, it started actually in USA, Ohio, where there was slaughterhouse. We wanted to use the assembly line. Initially, that was the starting of the Industry 2.0, you can say, where the assembly line was started and mass production started with the help of the electricity. And the factories that we know now today came with the power of electricity and started working. Then almost after, again, 100 years later, the Industry 3.0 started. With the invent of the computer, right? That computer tried to make the automation and the blue collar work in the factories, what we know, started moving into more automated way of doing the work, right? So invent of the electronics setup and the invent of the ERP, if you see those things started around that time with the Industry 3.0. And currently what we are we are into the fourth Industry 4.0 of the Industrial Revolution that started, has begun, right? You are part of it now. That's why I wanted to tell you. So you have to basically grasp this opportunity that are coming around it. And since you are part of this, it is not the steam power that our industry ran or the mass production that dominated the second revolution, or even the emergence of the computer driven in the system that started into the third Industry 3.0, right? Now, currently what is happening, the Industry 4.0 is all about what you told somebody, it's about connectivity, right? The opportunity to radically change the industry, what we are in, that and the society, what we are in, with basically interconnectivity and also the smart factories that are coming up, the smart business that are coming up, the Internet of Things, the artificial intelligence, big data, cyber security, AR, augmented reality, virtual reality, right? So those are the things are part of the Industry 4.0. So as the previous industry were led by the innovative manufacturing processes and system, the introduction of Industry 4.0 will be driven by what? By smart interconnected base of environment. Of course, when we go through, and I will walk through you about how the artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things, right? The AR, VR, how they're changing our world. The opportunities of destruction will be huge, and there are enormous opportunity, right? Where leaders like you, the future leaders like you, will have enormous thing to play, right? And huge opportunity for all of you. So somebody says that India is lagging behind, right? It is basically for you to grasp this opportunity where with the 5G that has been started, right? So you can basically use those kind of things to enable yourself and do much, much better things. You have seen that our Honorable Prime Minister sitting from India is driving a car in Sweden. That is what the 5G is bringing into you. The latency of the connectivity is coming down, right? So we are on the way to move forward. And here, basically, you are there to play a big role in this. And there are enormous opportunities, as I told you, but the race has already begun. So you need to basically start thinking how you can work on this and how you can grasp this, all the opportunities that will be enabled in your future, right? And so that you can have a much, much better future. Next is that what we can say is the smart products or processes can be developed. And integration is a major player here, moving away from the silo, isolated development that were happening. Now, what is happening is that it is more of a interconnected and basically a proactive interaction of the enterprises among the suppliers, vendors, and all the related parties for their production and also for the products that they're going to sell it to the customers or that going to be purchased from their vendors. And this calls for a innovative innovations and destructive through process, and looking into the opportunity for each and every area of the business and into the value chain that you are working on. So that is what the Industry 4.0 is going to bring to you. And already the journey has started and you have to be part of it, right? Any question till now? Now from the product design, right? And how they're produced to how they are sold in the market, everywhere, this need to be looked into and you need to be part of those. So whatever career you select or choose, there are multiple opportunities that are going to come up to you, right? And business has to be smart moves, or they will be, if the business do not take smart moves, what will happen to them? They will be left behind. Think of this. You have seen maybe your child days, you are taking picture using a Kodak camera, right? You used to go to the market, buy some films. Now, do you go into the shop and find some films? No, right? You used to have digital camera. We used to go and bought digital camera. We used to click on the pictures of the digital camera. Now, what is happening? That is also gone. Most of the people has got smartphones, and using the smartphones, you take the pictures. Of course, those who are photographers, they buy high quality lenses, that is separate. But generally, taking picture when you're going for any visit or this thing, you use your mobile phone, isn't it, student? Other student, I'm not able to hear from you.
Yes, sir. We can.
Yes, sir. Right? So you can see, if you are not up-to-date with the technology, what happens? It becomes obsoleted, right? And you're part of, if you do not basically increase your skills, then what happens? You are also going to get obsoleted. So it is always said that continuous improvement has to happen along with your skills also. So what is happening? Industry 4.0 advances the trends of automation through digitalization and network production, right? So this is basically the high level thought of the Industry 4.0. Any question? If you don't have, let me take you through a video. I hope you will all like it. So this will give you much better picture, and please let me know once you're able.
What is Industry 4.0 and what does it mean for you? Technology is driving change across all areas of society. Not only do we increasingly use it and even rely on it in our personal lives, we also find our workplaces digitally evolving, with more and more processes now being undertaken using technology. This change is known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 will see many tasks that were once performed by us now being automated. With the collection and analysis of real-time data, artificial intelligence, and the ability for all components of a production line to talk to each other, production can be really efficient and personalized according to customer needs. But what does this mean for us? With increased automation, our time will be freed up for concentrating on more complex tasks. We will need a workforce who are capable of building, programming, and developing these technologies, but also making sure we are applying them to our lives in an ethical way. There are core skills that we can offer that technology cannot replace.
So what you understand, the technology is something, if you use properly, right, it will help you to give an enormous amount of benefit. But if you do not use it properly, what will happen? It can lead to a destruction. See, the war that is happening currently in Russia and Ukraine, can you see? Now what is happening? A lot of destruction is also happening. Using the drones, for example, so many people, innocent people is getting killed from both sides. So one has to look into how you're going to work your technology for the benefit of the humankind, not for the destruction.
Human touch is going to be incredibly important, ensuring effective communication, problem solving, and supporting change management in this digital environment. There will also be a greater need for joint working across disciplines, creating new innovations.
So most important is that you need to work jointly and you need to work together. And networking and connectivity is very, very important, right? Now, with the smart factories that are coming up, it is basically connectivity with the digital 3D in manufacturing that is coming up, or 3D manufacturing processes that are coming up, right? All those things calls for better connectivity among the various industries and also among the factories.
Future job market will be looking for graduates with an open mind to explore the unknown future possibilities. We will all need to develop our skills in order to embrace, adapt to this ever-changing environment.
So students, as you can see, there is an enormous opportunity for all of you, the different fields that are going to come up, and you need to develop your interpersonal skills, the creativity and the problem solving. And that is why I will request you, be interactive with me. Please switch on your camera. And also, whenever you have got questions, you can let me know. I can able to answer those, right? And most important thing that you're going to see is an enormous amount of opportunities that will be coming on your way.
What will you do to make sure you are ready and have...
Right? So this is what I want to talk about. Let's go to our slides, right? Any questions? Most welcome. So how I'm going to proceed is that I'm going to talk about my experience, what is the industry, what is happening around the world, also what is the geopolitics that is happening, which is going to affect you in your day-to-day life and also in the future. And about, of course, we need to learn something about what is happening in the artificial intelligence also, since all of you are into the IT and want to know what is AI. Maybe somebody who is not doing AI as a specialization, just for them to talk about. Okay. So the artificial intelligence was founded as an academic discipline, which year? It was long time back in 1956, and by Professor John McCarthy at a conference in UK. So you can see the AI, what we are talking about, has been long ago, has been thought and has been in the world, right? The AI research has tried and discarded many different approaches. When it started and currently it is lot of development that has gone through. So that including the simulation of the brain, modeling of human problem solving, formal logic, creating large databases of knowledge and intimating human behavior. So of course, when we talk about mimic of human behavior, we will come to that. What is weak AI? What is strong AI? All those things we will come to our discussion. And of course, as you can see, there has been a continuous change around the world that has happened. And you need to be part of it. And since India is going to be a global power, and especially, as you know, in IT, if you look into the IT industry, you will find most of the global IT industries, bulk of the resources comes from India, right? The traditional goal of AI research includes reasoning, knowledge representation, planning, learning, natural language processing, perception, and ability to move and manipulate objects. Okay. I move on to the next slide. What is the definition of AI? Is an intelligence demonstrated by machines, right? AI has been defined as a field of study of intelligent agents, which refers to any systems that perceives its environment and takes action that maximizes its chances of achieving the goals. The term artificial intelligence has previously been used to describe machines that mimic and display human cognitive skills and that are associated with the human mind, with learning and the problem solving. Now, just to let you know, in the industry, right, using the artificial intelligence, so many things have been done. Just for you to give an example, I hope most of you have got bank accounts. Now, you don't have to go and basically ask those questions. There will be chatbots, like in HDFC Bank, you go to or anything, then especially those are answering all your questions, how it is done. Some of the questions already is there, and based on the artificial intelligence that are getting built into that are able to answer most of your questions, right? Similarly, in the business processes, what happens when there are problem solving or the tickets in the, if you go to the industry, if you application management, right? What happens, those kind of tickets when it comes, if it is a repetitive thing and some kind of intelligence is built into the robots that will able to answer those questions, right? Or do those kind of a work with some kind of a human effort were required before, eliminating those human effort so that no human touch is coming into place. Based on your repetitive orders, right? What you find already, if you go and into the Amazon or any other big basket or anything, they predict these are the things that you need to buy, or these are the things that are available at a discount, how they do it. So this is where the intelligence comes into place. Of course, if you see, most of you have gone Siri or Alexa you have been using, or maybe you have heard of. So that is also based on some kind of an artificial intelligence that has been built in to able to answer your questions. If you don't have any questions, let me move on to the next slide. AI researchers have adopted and integrated wide range of problem-solving techniques, right? That includes the search and mathematical optimization. So the search, for example, a lot of people, you must be knowing that if you want to, the facial recognition, now somewhere in the social media, you want to see your friend wherever in the Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, where they are, any activities are there, you can use a facial recognition, take the pictures, and going to find it out in the whole internet and social media, you can do it. Similarly, what is happening right nowadays, if you go to any airport, in the airport, what happens, they have got multiple layers of security. One of the thing is that using the facial recognition, right, they try to find it out whether the person has got any criminal record or not from their database. Also, to eliminate some kind of terrorism activities or kind of unfortunate activities, they also try to look into the person's expressions and facial, whether any anxiety or this thing. And based on that, they can immediately talk to the security on ground, on the premises, and take a further, basically look into those person or take necessary action. So what you're trying to do, you're trying to eliminate, right, the risk that is happening. Just to give you examples, I'm just trying to give so that you can know how important this is trying to play. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to monitor any risk that is coming. Then basically based on the formal logic, artificial neural networks, methods based on the statistics and probability and economics, this is how it is built. I'm not going into the technical depth here because all of you are studying. Here I'm going to tell you how you can best use of your technology and the knowledge into the industry and what are the things are happening. AI also draws upon the computer science, psychology, linguistics, philosophy, and many other fields, right? It is not limited to this only. It is all other areas are also there where the AI is playing an important role. The field was founded on the assumptions that a human intelligence can be precisely described, that a machine can be made into simulated. So what you are seeing is that in case the human intelligence, what is there? Now, problem with us is that we may not be able to, at that right time, able to provide proper information. Now, using the AI, what you can do a lot of work which the human cannot do at that time. For example, you want to probability based on the mathematical derivation, you can able to predict what is the predictive analysis on that using the artificial intelligence, where you have a strong AI can able to do that. I will come to those some examples later, but just wanted to let you know. Now I will show you any question before I take you again another video for the artificial intelligence, how it is there. Student, any question? I hope all of you know what is artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Let me go.
Sir,
yes, please.
Sabyasachi, sir, can I enter?
Yes, yes, please. Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, yesterday, I only gave them a bit of a shaking effect. So they are not asking questions. Students, please understand. As long as you're asking questions, which is really of material science, which is very good. Only thing is, I was a bit upset because there was some indiscipline. So learn the maximum what you get, and please ask questions. In fact, yesterday I saw a lot of very good questions were asked to the resource people. In fact, I remember a name called Sai Vikrant. I was, getting a feedback. And you know something, student, we are also forming through your questions, what is your intelligence level? So please ask questions. Whenever resource is asking you, ask question, make it interactive. See, although you are not able to see us, but it is just like a classroom, let me tell you. Only thing is your virtual, the person who is giving you a virtual assistance is not to be seen. And in a physical classroom, there is a teacher who is there. So the rest, everything remains the same. And let me tell you, output is much more better in this form of teaching. So students, don't feel scared on my behavior. My only, please understand, my objective is that at the end of this session, you people should be really rocking when it comes to these sciences. And you can talk and give seminars in the best of the places. That is our motto. I don't want to pull down anybody's confidence. So please ask intelligent question. And let me tell you, when you ask questions, resource people will not feel bad, because any question is a question. There is no good question. There is no bad question. It is bit of a problem in your mind, which you want to clarify. So my request is, please ask questions, but ask some logical questions, which is going to help you in your career. Thank you very much. Sorry, sir, I had to enter. Sir, I'll be leaving it now because I just, since you requested me, I was a part of it. I'm on my way now out. I'll be leaving back to Bangalore. So please, sir, carry on. I will catch you today evening, sir. Right, sir?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So student, let me just walk you through another video on artificial intelligence, so that this will give you some more insight what is artificial intelligence.
Picture this, a machine that could organize your cupboard just as you like it, or serve every member of the house a customized cup of coffee. Makes your day easier, doesn't it? These are the products of artificial intelligence. But why use the term artificial intelligence? Well, these machines are artificially incorporated with human-like intelligence to perform tasks as we do. This intelligence is built using complex algorithms and mathematical functions. But AI may not be as obvious as in the previous examples. In fact, AI is used in smartphones, cars, social media feeds, video games, banking, surveillance, and many other aspects of our daily life. The real question is, what?
So as you can see here, AI is now part of our life, right? Some of you were saying that he wants esports, right? How that is esports is played, that is also based on the artificial intelligence. If you are, some of you are football lovers, right? So what happens? FIFA, some of you are following FIFA 21, 20, 22. Are you playing those games? Right? If you are playing those games, it is very, very smart also. You can sell players, you can buy players, right? You need to create your own team, isn't it? And then, of course, you need to... Pardon? You're saying somebody is asking any question? Yes, tell me. Okay. Now, a lot of AI also has been built into that. And based on that AI, your players are playing. Now, if you must be, who are playing those games must be aware, some of the players, depending upon the what card you have taken, had got some extra skills also, right? So those skills is enabled into those cards by, again, using the artificial intelligence. So those are extra capable players that is happening. Like Messi, Ronaldo, you have got different cards also, right? Based on that, you are going to, they're going to play accordingly. Okay, let's move on into the, again, to the video.
What does an AI do at its core? Here is a robot we built in our lab, which is now dropped onto a field. In spite of a variation in lighting, landscape, and dimensions of the field, the AI robot must perform as expected. This ability to react appropriately to a new situation is called generalized learning. The robot is now at a crossroad, one that is paved and the other rocky. The robot must determine which path to take based.
So here, as you can see, we are giving challenges to the robot, right? Now, as a student, you have to understand all those challenges, and behind that are basically the programs, right? And where you are going to play a major role, and thinking yourself, how are the opportunities are going to come up. So slowly it will be unfolded to you, the enormous opportunity that is coming into the IT field.
Based on the circumstances, this portrays the robot's reasoning ability. After a short stroll, the robot now encounters a stream that it cannot swim across. Using the plank provided as an input, the robot is able to cross this stream. So, our robot uses the given input and finds the solution for a problem. This is problem solving. These three capabilities.
So what are the three capabilities you can see that is coming up? Generalized learning, reasoning, and problem solving. So slowly the robot is becoming more intelligent, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make the robot artificially intelligent. In short, AI provides machines with the capability to adapt, reason, and provide solutions. Well, now that we know what AI is, let's have a look at the two broad categories an AI is classified into. Doesn't it? These are the products of artificial that is paved, and the other rocky. The robot must determine which path to take based on the circumstances. This portrays the robot's reasoning ability. After a short stroll, the robot now encounters a stream that it cannot swim across. Using the plank provided as an input, the robot is able to cross this stream.
So he can see here
our
the
robot uses the given input and finds the
cross the
solution for a problem.
Stream,
This
right?
is problem solving. These three capabilities make the robot artificially intelligent. In short, AI provides machines with the capability to adapt, reason, and provide solutions. Well, now that we know what AI is, let's have a look at the two broad categories an AI is classified into. Weak AI, also called narrow AI, focuses solely on one task. For example, AlphaGo is.
So tell me, Alexa or Siri, is it a weak AI or a strong AI?
Weak AI, sir. Weak AI.
Weak AI.
Very good. Very good.
Weak, sir. Weak.
Very good.
Is a maestro of the game Go, but you can't expect it to be even remotely good at chess. This makes AlphaGo a weak AI. You might say Alexa is definitely not a weak AI, since it can perform multiple tasks. Well, that's not really true. When you ask Alexa to play Despacito, it picks up the keywords play and Despacito, and runs a program it is trained to. Alexa cannot respond to a question it isn't trained to answer. For
You
instance,
understand
try
why it
asking
is a weak AI?
Alexa the status of traffic from work to home.
Yes, sir.
Alexa cannot provide you this
Yes, that is
information,
why.
as she is not trained to.
Yes, sir.
And that brings us to our second category of AI, strong AI. Now, this is much like the robots that only exist in fiction as of now.
So I hope all of you are watching some kind of Avengers and other movies, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ultron from Avengers is an ideal example of a strong AI. That's because it's self-aware and eventually even develops emotions. This makes the AI's response unpredictable. You must be wondering, well, how is artificial intelligence different from machine learning and deep learning? We saw what AI.
So tell me what you understand by machine learning and deep learning. Hello, students. What is machine learning and what is deep learning? Any idea?
So I am confused in that. Can you explain one more?
What is deep learning and what is machine learning?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's see the video and then it will be more clear to you. That's why I'm just playing the videos and also explaining. Of course, I'm going to walk you through the examples of machine learning and deep learning.
Yes, machine learning is a technique to achieve AI, and deep learning, in turn, is a subset of machine learning. Machine learning provides.
So, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, AI. And deep learning is a subset of machine learning, right?
It's a machine with the capability to learn from data and experience through algorithms.
So machine learning, what it does, learns from the data that is available, right? And using the data, it takes into your processing that, right? For doing what? Artificial intelligence.
Deep learning does this learning through ways inspired by the human brain. This means through deep learning, data and patterns can be better perceived. Ray Kurzweil, a well-known futurist, predicts that by the year 2045, we would have robots as smart as humans. This is called the point of singularity. Well, that's not all. In fact, Elon Musk predicts that the human mind and body will be enhanced by AI implants, which would make...
So already, if you know, Elon Musk is doing some experiments around the world, right? Using that already some embedded chips into the human body, so you don't have to carry your credit card. Of course, there are pros and cons. I'm not coming into this discussion right away. In the next session, we will do. So if a person already has got embedded chips, for example, your fellow student has already have that, then he will be able to answer much more. But of course, there can be kind of an hacking can happen to him. Then all this information, everything can be taken out. So that is cybersecurity will come into place. So there are a lot of discussions going around the world, but this is also a process that is getting developed.
Make us partly cyborgs. So here's a question for you. Which of the below AI...
So now coming to this thing, let me just, I just move this. I'm not. Yep.
Brain is still a mystery. It's no surprise that AI too has a lot of unventured domains. For now, AI is built to work with humans and make our tasks easier.
Okay, student. So what do you understand about AI? Any question on AI before I move on? Of course, machine learning, deep learning, cognitive learning, natural processes learning, all we're going to discuss as we move on. With Internet of Things, AR, VR, cybersecurity, right? Those are there that in the coming classes or sessions I will discuss in detail. Any question?
No, sir. No, sir.
So I want to give you some of the examples of AI now. So AI application included in the advanced web searching engine in Google, right? If you using what is happening in Google? Tell me. Based on your previous search, right? What happens? Google try to provide you those kind of links, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how it is done? Already in the Google search engine, some kind of an intelligence already has been built in. So what kind of word you have been using, or what kind of a search you have been using, right? Based on that, using the artificial intelligence, the search engine works and try to provide you as fast as possible. Otherwise, it's very difficult to provide you the information. For example, some of you may be interested in cricket. Now, in cricket, for example, Google says that you are more interested in T20 rather than in test match or 50-50. So what will happen? It will try to bring you all the information of T20 in your search engine first. Or if you see that you are interested, you might be looking into some other sites and going into, for example, you want to travel to, for example, to Delhi, right? You've been searching on that. When you start the word travel or vacation, automatically it provides you more information about the Delhi, whatever the sites that it's there. So all those things happening from where? That captures from your previous search and also captures what you are doing in the social media or what you have been doing. So based on that, it has got a powerful engine that captures that. Using the artificial intelligence, it tries to bring you the information that you are looking at. So you understand how Google engine works, right? Next is, for example, if you want to go to YouTube, Amazon or Netflix, for example, in Amazon, if you go, or if you want to buy some products, right? Based on the previous history, what you have been buying, Based on that, it will recommend, also provide you the amount of discount, same product or similar product that you have purchased before. Next is that also you will find that based on your search that you have been or you have been buying, it also recommended that after this number of days, right, you need to basically, are you willing to buy that? Just giving an example for this. The artificial intelligence have been, or the IoT that has been played and have been around the world, a lot of research has been going on. I was in Germany, so there is basically one of the major automobile manufacturing company, what we are trying to do, based on the other car that is coming, right? You can basically in the night, you can dim your light or basically lower your light so that it does not reflect on the other person's, other driver, opposite driver's eyes. So that will reduce the accidents. Similarly, what happens, you have got the smart lights where only during the night or evening, it will basically get lighted. So during the daytime, so there is no energy loss that is happening. So using those kind of devices or using the built-in devices, actually you can save energy and also use it properly. Maybe during the car that is coming that time, during the road, because in foreign countries or some parts of India also, you don't have every time cars are coming. So you do not need to charge the light or have the light throughout the night. Otherwise, it will basically use a lot of your energy. To reduce your energy, you can use smart lighting, and those are all based on the artificial intelligence that can be built into it. Similarly, if you are watching some movies or some serials in Netflix, now if you go for a search or this thing, based on your previous trends that you have been watching, right? The Netflix try to provide those kind of movies or serials to you so that they can understand what is your liking based on your previous movies or serial you have seen, they can predict. Similarly, there is also research going on where people, how many times people stop in between, which are the areas in the serial or movies. So based on that, what happens? The designers are the next movies or serials that are going to come, they try to find it out, which are the areas the people are skipping or which are the areas, for example, they are trying to, again, want to see those. So they build kind of a logic, and based on that, they want to attract more customers, and using this, they will try to play or create the next movies or serial on this. Yeah, any questions? You can give some more examples, students, from your day-to-day life. So what are some examples you can give? Maybe in YouTube you've been watching, or Netflix, or from your purchasing what you're doing in Amazon. You want to give some examples? Okay, I'm not seeing or hearing anything from you. So next is like Alexa or Siri. It is also voice recognition. Now, what happens, or you can have some of your mobile also, or based on your speech, it will open it up, or it will provide the information according to your voice. So the speech recognition is also possible on this. Now coming to basically self-driving cars, you must have seen Tesla and a lot of other competitors are also coming in. So when I was in Paris this summer, I was driving a Tesla, of course, that was driven by a driver, not a driverless car. But if you see that amount of how the Tesla generally works, it is basically depending upon the multiple semiconductors. It is there, the chips in there's from there. They try to basically, it's also Internet of Things. They try to measure the distance between the other vehicle, or what kind of vehicle is there, or what is the vehicle that is passing that car, or calculate the speed, and automatically it helps to drive in those roads. Of course, I don't think Tesla has yet started testing in India, but because in India, most of the people, as you know, the roads, the traffic, if it comes to Bangalore, you know, it will be a really problem. And if it comes to Silk Road, I do not know how Tesla will work. But of course, in foreign countries, Tesla has been working quite good. And there are also some challenges in Tesla. Maybe you may not be aware. that if any accident happens for the Tesla, it will be governed by what rules if it is a driverless car. So there are a lot of issues are also there with this driverless car, whether that the file will be sued against the owner of that car or against the Tesla company or whom it will be done. So there has been few accidents that has also happened. Most important in Tesla also, the cyber security, it has to be secured so that other people cannot hack that whole system and drive the car in a different way, right? So we will come to those in our next sessions, but just wanted to give you a glimpse what are the things of possibility of AI. Next is automated decision making, and with the highest level in the strategic games in the system such as chess and Go, and all of you are playing some kind of like esports you are playing, or FIFA games, or any other you're playing, or some of the Pokemon, if you have been the Pokemon collecting multiple items, right? So all those things, as you know, use artificial intelligence to work on this. So now I will ask some of you to give me some example of artificial intelligence that you are aware of. So this is again open to the student. Let me unshare, and I will just request some of you to come on camera and give me some of your thought process. Hello, student. Hello, student. I'm not able to see any of you.
Hello, yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, I'm able to listen to you. Yes, tell me.
So I have a doubt that there we can see so many chatbots and marketing bots like that. Is that working on based on the AI?
Sorry, your voice was breaking. If you can again let me know, that would be great. Sorry, your voice was breaking.
Sir, the question is, they are usually watching the chatbots for interaction in various sites. Is that an example for artificial intelligence they are asking?
Yes, absolutely. Chatbot using an artificial intelligence that has been used, right? So I will give you an example on the chatbots of how it is done also. Maybe I have got a good question. Let me go to the chatbot, one of those chatbots, right, using the artificial intelligence. Let me just check if I have got an example for you. So how this is just done automated platform, and okay, chatbot is here. Good that you brought it up. I will just give you, for example, I want you to basically, like Keva is a chatbot, like a lady, right? What it does, based on the, is a virtual assistant, based on what? Based on the knowledge it acquires using machine learning, deep learning, natural processes learning, or cognitive learning, the information. For example, if you want to reset your password, right, you don't have to go to the system. If you ask, that will guide you and help you in doing that. Next is, for example, you want to check some of the information that has been the categories, as you can see, it asks you, and based on the here the printing or document management, for example, or system login or user administration, if you have got any issues based on the artificial intelligence, it will really help you. Of course, this is an industry experience. As you can see, there are multiple using the Blue Prism or UiPath. You can raise the ticket, and it will help you basically solving those tickets also, where the human touch is not required, using the AI that has been built in, right? So this is also generally used when the ticket management is done into the application management, or for example, if you go to the SDFC or any other site, the chatbot is used, right? So whenever you have got a question, what it really helps you for that.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Right? So what happens? You can do virtual, you can have the training in the virtual. So what happens? It automated collection from the services and management tools and the documents based on the past frequently asked questions, and this is a continuous improvement. So if anything that question is not able to answer, or this thing and been answered to the second level by the humans, then again those are also recorded into the database of this system. And then next time if those similar kind of question comes, automatically our lady here, the virtual assistant, will be able to answer you. Okay, any question?
Navigation is also like AI.
Sorry, pardon?
Part of AI. Part of
Yeah,
AI,
absolutely.
like Google,
Absolutely.
Google Map, like something.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, I have thought through here, right? What kind of question also can come from you? I thought, and already a slide is there for you, isn't it? So
Yeah.
this is basically what happened with the experience it comes. And similarly, this kind of experience, what happens is built into the program, right? Into the database of the system, artificial, that basically what we are doing, the virtual assistant. And this is how you will see a lot of your questions getting answered, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good. So I hope you have understood this.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, let me go. And lot of things to learn together. We will learn together, right? So you have to have patience and you can ask any questions you want to ask me. And I will try to answer as much as possible. Okay, and we will need to work together so that I want you to have basically reach top of your career, and sky is also not the limit. You can go beyond that also. So currently what is happening, it is providing enormous opportunity to all of you. And as I was started with Industry 4.0, we are into this journey, and already there will be lot of scope and things that are going to come to you. As you can see in India also, with the invent of the 5G, a new area or dimension of opportunity that is going to come to you. Previously, what used to happen, think of those, I was talking about Tesla, right? Still, sometimes you need drivers to drive that car. Now, with this 5G, with the latency coming down, you can have kind of a, we used to have what? The BPO, where basically the IT services were outsourced to India. Now, for example, sitting in India, the crane drivers and ports can work. They don't have to go to Tokyo or go to the Europe or to the USA, to those areas to manage those ports. From sitting in India, they can manage and drive those machines using 5G. Think of the opportunity, enormous opportunity that is going to come to so many people in India. For example, if you have a salary, just take it maybe $60,000 per year, a salary to a person in USA. In fact, 1/10 of the salary or 1/6 of the salary, a person in India can work from those BPO offices created for those kind of work, right? And they can. So huge opportunity in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities or towns also can come, or to the village, because once you have the connectivity, you have the opportunity. So you do not know how much of opportunity that is the industry and thing are going to bring to you, right? So you are sitting in an era where it's only opportunity around you. And only thing that you need to do is grasp those opportunities. Okay, I'll move on to the next thing.
Sir, have you used the 5G services?
5G services, okay, very good question. As you know, tell me, anybody from here, who are the operators of 5G in India?
Sir, Airtel.
Airtel, Jio.
Reliance.
Jio is part of Reliance, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Vodafone, right?
Yeah, Vodafone is.
Okay, good question. Now, Adani is also coming into the 5G, but not for retail. It will be for the basically bulk or the industrial customers. Now, coming to this, as you know, 5G is a good thing, but you need to have basically infrastructure built on it. For example, if you want to sit on a bullet train and you have the old infrastructure, will the bullet train run at a bullet speed, at the high speed of 350 kilometers per hour?
No.
So you need to have an infrastructure also, right? For example, in Germany, there is basically bullet trains, right? It was running around 360, 370 kilometers per hour. From inside, you don't feel it because the infrastructure is already there. So as you know, there is bullet train, but the infrastructure is getting built, right? Currently, they're planning from Delhi to Mumbai. I think from up to Ahmedabad to Mumbai, that construction is going on. So of course, some issues with that for land acquisition and other thing that is going on. But as you can see from Delhi to Ahmedabad, I think Japanese consortium has taken that and have given a very, very cheap rate of interest, right? So those are getting built. So similarly, in 5G, the infrastructure has to be up. Of course, Jio is building a parallel. I will come to those points. Parallel infrastructure, they're investing huge amount of money. And next is phone has to be capable to use 5G. For example, who have got OnePlus phones up to below OnePlus 8, those are not capable to 5G. These are 4G. Then you need to have the mobile phone which can work on the 5G, right? So just giving an example, or if you take Samsung or whatever mobile phone, Nokia, whatever mobile phone, so please check in your mobile whether it is 5G capable or not. If it is not 5G capable, you should have the 5G also, you won't be able to use it. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, sir. One more question. What is like network band? Some of companies saying we have 12 bands in phone, 4 bands. So what is that?
So different, those are bands that are available. I'll come to you separately on this because, as you know, the government provides different bands, right? So I will take a separate session on this, not now, because you will have, when the telecom policy was announced, right? They was basically auctioning the different bands, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So different bands they were trying to acquire, because depending on that, I will explain to you later on. Otherwise, those sessions I will explain you what are those bands and how it is helping, because that is what the HUDs would say, and depending on those frequency you need to acquire. For example, some of the frequency government will not give it to the public, which are being used by defense, right? Those
Sir.
Right?
Right, sir.
So those are not going to come into auction. So after BSNL also, some of the bands were released, so that you must be aware the Jio, Airtel and other purchase, and there was a huge auction happening and they had to pay to the government or paid license fee to the government for those bands, right? I'm not coming into those areas because those are separate things, topics. Of course, a very good question. I appreciate that. So we will discuss later on that. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, coming to this, what are the goals for it? Yeah.
If the 5G comes, we all know that it have more electromagnetic radiation, and it will affect the animals and the plants too. It also affect the carbon emission, and it also affect the greenhouse effect, greenhouse gases. So it will be harmful to all, and it will increase the diseases and a huge amount of cancer in all people. How to recover all this?
Yeah, in fact, for 5G, I will take a separate session, don't worry. And coming to your point, just in brief, there are a lot of research going on, and it has not been yet found out that 5G is harmful to human beings or to the animals. Though there are 5G enumerates different kind of a wavelength, which is basically at a very, very low frequency, right? Still now we have not got into the fact that it's harms humans or it's a carcinogenic effect it's having. So otherwise this would have been stopped around the world, right? So this is kind of a hypothesis. Some of the people who do not want to go to 5G, they have been propagating on this, because as you know, a lot of businesses who are in 4G are not able to make a massive investment on the infrastructure. They will not be out of the game. So let's not follow what the people are saying and hypothesis. Let's not go by the rumors. Let's only follow what is the technology talks about, and let's follow on that, because 5G provides a lot of enormous benefit, and we will have a separate session on that, and we're going to discuss on that. Okay, thanks for the good question. Now coming to the next is basically the reasoning, right? So artificial intelligence helps you in providing the reasoning, problem solving, knowledge representation, planning, learning, machine learning, using the machine learning, natural processes learning, and the perceptions, right? So that is use of the senses, the human visions, and speech recognition and facial recognition and object recognition. Just to give you one example, maybe you're not being aware. Now, for example, how generally artificial intelligence works also. Now, how it is impacting the business around the world. Just to give you, for example, Walmart, as you know, it's one of the world's largest retailer and in the world, So what Procter & Gamble does is that they have, Walmart has given some of the shelves where the Procter & Gamble products have been displayed around the multiple stores. Okay. Now, using the smart sensors, what they find out, if the, for example, some of the Procter & Gamble products have been sold already, or depending upon the inventory level, it automatically goes to the Procter & Gamble office, and from there automatically they send their truck full of those products that is required in those Walmart. And so the whole thing in virtually, Procter & Gamble is managing the inventory and also the sale of the product in the Walmart stores. Similarly, what can happen is that, for example, you take a fridge you're having, right? You can have a smart fridge depending upon the, for example, the milk you're having, the fruits you're having. You don't have to go and basically every day morning go and buy the fruit or the vegetables or whatever. You keep it in a separate box. It has got sensors. As soon as it senses that your milk has got empty, automatically triggers kind of a requisition or kind of a intimation to the vendor who in the morning will come and see your milk is already been delivered. So these are basically the use of smart AI, using, of course, the IoT is going to be played a very, very important role, which I'm going to come in the next sessions. So this is how it is done, right? Similarly, for example, if you take into account, like in Germany or Europe, what happens, the energy cost is very, in India also, the energy cost is very, very high. Now, what has been found is that during the night time, as the industry is not working, the offices are not working, the energy cost is very, very low, right? Compared to the time, the peak hours in the day. Now you think of a smart washing machine you have. Now the washing machine runs for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, depending upon your load and the variety of your clothes that you want to use for cleaning your clothes, right? Isn't it, student?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now if you can see, depending upon the grade, the price of the electricity is lower, automatically the washing machine starts running. And in the morning when you woke up, your clothes are already washed, only you need to basically keep it for drying. So what you are doing, you are saving the energy, you are saving your cost, because ultimately more electricity you use, your cost will be also higher, right? Isn't it? So using the artificial intelligence, that is going to bring to you a lot of benefit, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you can understand how in our era we are using artificial intelligence in day-to-day life without knowing that we are actually using that. For example, you want to go from your Kripanidhi college to your home, you're booking your Ola or Uber or Rapido, whatever it is. So what you're doing, you're opening the app, isn't it? You're selecting your address and then you try to find it out. What is the price of a auto? What is the price of a taxi, or basically if it is a luxury taxi, based on that you are going to get a price, and based on that you will just process, and it will, then what happens, the car comes to you or the auto comes to you, isn't it? How it is done? Finding a map, Google map, or if they have got their own map, into that. And what that does, it finds the shortest distance. How it is done? Based on the real time calculation of the traffic, the auto or the taxi will come to you. And then it picks you and drops to your home. What it does again, it takes the shortest route. And what it does, it basically try to minimize the time you will take from your college to your home. Isn't it? So how it is works? Tell me, student, isn't it you are using on a day-to-day basis? So what you're using the AI and the IoT, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
We
So
are
you are using
using
day-to-day life, but maybe some of you are not aware that you're already using it. Similar, just this is some example. Now, for example, you want to book a restaurant, right? There are a lot of apps. Based on that, you can just find out which is the maximum discount which app is giving. And based on that, you book a restaurant for you and your friends so that you can have a good dinner along with your friends at the cheapest price. And also you can find out what are the, for example, if you take Swiggy. Now, Swiggy provides a lot of discounts, isn't it? Multiple restaurants or multiple eating joints. Now, what you do, you go to the Swiggy, then you find out which is the giving maximum discount, or you choose your, what are the items you want to buy, and then you place the order. What Swiggy does, Swiggy doesn't prepare anything of that. It has got multiple such restaurants connectivity. It basically places the order into that. What it does, it does basically the Swiggy boys tell them which is nearby, come to the Swiggy, the restaurant you have ordered, pick that order, and what it does, it comes and delivers to you. So we are already started using this kind of IT, right? Already we have started using those in our day-to-day life. So it is already a part of our day-to-day life, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. Now I move on to the next slide. I hope you're finding it interesting.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, very, very important thing, social intelligence, recognize, interpret, process, and simulate human feelings, emotion, and mood. I want to have some of you, the good thing about social intelligence and some bad things, or not so good, I'll say. So can you give some examples? For example, some of you put some pictures, right, in Facebook, Instagram, isn't it? And you get likes. You feel very, very happy. But a bad comment or something, you have seen. I think there was a case of basically psychologically got disturbed, that some people has made some comments on the social media and got psychologically disturbed and has to be hospitalized. So those are the bad effects of social media intelligence, right? Now, thing is that what it does, it improves your emotion and the mood when you see a lot of good likes on this thing in the social media. Now, generally what happens is that based on the human feeling, right? A lot of companies or industries also check into the social media, what kind of input and feedback you are getting. And based on that, of course, during the recruitment or during this thing, they basically decide also. Next is that maybe, I do not know, some of you know that like YouTubers or basically who does a lot of broadcast, they have got followers, right? And some of the advertisements also comes in based on the how many followers you are having, or what are the amount of likes you are getting, all those things. So social media in that case, using the also plays an important role in our industry. Next, general intelligence. A machine with a general intelligence can solve a variety of problems with breadth and versatility similar to human intelligence. So some of the cases which human were required, now they can already do it. For example, you have seen the chatbot or the machines or this thing. For example, if you got precise cutting, you can put some artificial intelligence or some intelligence into that, and it will start working. The robots that are going to work in the industry that are based on this. Right. So just to give you another example. So have you, anybody of you gone to some smart factories like Toyota or any automobile manufacturing industry? Okay, not a problem. I went to the world's largest automobile manufacturing factory of BMW in China, where generally in every minute a car is coming out. and in that factory. So what happens? You have the assembly lines, right? So based on the demand, you have got multiple variety of automobile, right? You take, for example, any automobile company that will have multiple varieties. Depending on that demand, they will create the assembly lines. Now, it is basically not one unit that is required. It requires hundreds of units that need to be assembled into that automobile. So as you know, if it gets stopped, the whole assembly line, to restart it, it takes a lot of time and effort. So what they do, they basically, based on the demand, what they get, they start running this assembly line. For example, I'm just giving an example, BMW AS6, AS5, AS4, there are 3 varieties, just as an example. Don't quote it anything, just an example. You find the AS4 has got maximum demand of 80,000. So 8 has been put, A5 has got 1 and A6 is 1, right? So you in the assembly line, you find it 8, 1, 1 in the ratio. Then you need to have each and everything will have a separate kind of equipments, or basically the tools that are required, and also the parts. The automobile, the parts will be different, right? So based on those, you need to have those parts also to be in the, when the assembly line comes into that section, right? It need to be put into that. So automatically everything is programmed. It is looked into how much of the stock you are having. Next is that if you do not have that stock, then you have to order that stock, and you need to find out how much is the time lag that will you're going to get it to get that stock. So based on that, all the programming is also done, right? Next is that if there is any change into the market, then you cannot just go and change the the demand of A5 has increased, I want another 3 more to be done in the assembly line, right? So one has to basically work in a proper way. The decision has to be taken, and for this, using the artificial intelligence, right, what they will try to do, they will basically find it out how much of the product that is required, and are going to use those into the finish before it comes to the finishing line, so that the parts are already made available into that section, so that they can put it, and so that there is no stoppage of the assembly line. So in the corporate, in the smart factories, there are a lot of things they need to work. For example, as you know, Industry 4.0, one factory need to work with another factory. Now, take for an example, there is a factory that is manufacturing. There is a huge order that has come, maybe 1 million pieces. The factory has a capacity of around 60,000 pieces. What it does, automatically it translates that 40,000 order to another factory, and so that they can start having all the planning and start processing of that. So using the Industry 4.0, automatically the machine can interact with another machine, and that is what brings into the, using the artificial intelligence and IoT, we can do that. So next examples, we will provide more on basically into those areas. Okay, before that, let me take you another video. Any question before that? Hello, student. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, let's see. You have been talking about what are the industry leaders have been talking about. Let's see what are the industry leaders have been talking about.
Google,
you know, Bill Gates, all of you,
Apple,
right?
Microsoft are all moving ahead at a great speed in improving this artificial intelligence software. So it's very exciting. Software is going to solve that, where it'll look at all the new information and present to you, knowing about your interests, what would be most valuable. So making us more efficient.
We're focusing on what we've talked about on autonomous systems. And we sort of see it as the mother of all AI projects. So autonomy is something that's incredibly exciting for us. We'll see where it takes us.
So those who are interested in artificial intelligence.
If someday we got to the point
is one of the biggest investors
there were robots
of all
every
time.
place. They were running farms. They were running Apple. They were running Berkshire Hathaway. And all you had to do was one person could punch a button at the start of every morning, and all the goods and services that we're getting now would be turned out by robots.
It is seeping into our lives in all sorts of ways that we just don't notice. We're just getting better and better at it, and we're seeing that happen in every aspect of our lives, from medicine to transportation to how electricity is distributed. And it promises to create a vastly more productive and efficient economy. And if properly harnessed, can generate enormous prosperity for people, opportunity for people, can cure diseases that we haven't seen before, can make us safer because it eliminates inherent human error in a lot of work.
Artificial intelligence is going to be extremely helpful, and the risk that it gets super smart, that's way out in the future and probably worth talking about. But now what we're seeing is that for the first time, computers can see as well as humans. That's pretty incredible.
NHTSA did a study on Tesla's Autopilot version 1, which is relatively primitive, and found that it was a 45% reduction in highway accidents. And that's despite Autopilot 1 being just version 1. Version 2, I think, will be at least 2 or 3 times better. That's the current version that's running right now. So the rate of improvement is really dramatic. We have to figure out some way to ensure that the advent of digital superintelligence is one which is symbiotic with humanity.
AI is probably the most important thing humanity has ever worked on.
So again, some of you were saying about Indians. You can see Indians already has reached top of the area, the Google, the CEO, right? And so maybe some of you in future can reach those levels. And I wish all of you best for your future endeavors. And I want to see some of you to reach already into those top levels in top corporates, right? So let's see. Can you hear me?
I think of it as something more profound than electricity or fire. And anytime you work with technology, you need to learn to harness the benefits and while minimizing the downsides. Stepping back, when you think about, a lot of problems in the world today, it's because we typically have a constraint on resources. AI, for the first time, I think over time, offers a different construct. Things which are constrained and look like a zero-sum game today may not be so in the future. Take education, for example. It's really difficult to educate people in a cost-effective way. AI may fundamentally change that equation. It may make it possible for us to have clean, cheap, renewable energy for the future. So I think a lot of things will play out in more positive ways than people think.
I think probably by end of next year, self-driving will encompass essentially all modes of driving and be at least 100 to 200% safer than a person by the end of next year. We're talking maybe 18 months from now.
The idea that there's going to be a general AI overlord that subjugates us or kills us all, I think is not something to worry about. I think that is overhyped. First of all, we don't know, we're nowhere close to knowing how to build a general AI, something that could set its own objectives. But second of all, I think it's unlikely that such a thing's first instincts would be to exterminate us. So I'm optimistic about that one, and certainly don't think we need to worry about it today.
Right. So you can see the top leaders in the IT industry, what they're talking about. AI is the future, right? And you are into the right path of taking into the IT with the AI, artificial intelligence, that's going to play a huge, enormous role in the coming days. So before we move on to the next topic, right, I just wanted to let you know what are the 3 types of artificial intelligence we are having. One is artificial intelligence that is called with narrow or ANI. Stage 1 is like a machine learning that specializes in one area and only solves one problem. The examples already I told you about Siri or Alexa. Next is the artificial intelligence that is general intelligence. What is the AGI, what we call? That is basically machine intelligence, using the machine learning, record those and use that into the artificial intelligence so that the less human touch is required. And refers to a computer that is smart as a human across the board. So it's try to mimic the human thought process using the machine learning and the deep learning. Next is the artificial super intelligence, or ASI. That is a machine consciousness, that is an intellect that is much smarter than the best human brains and proactively in every field. So that is not yet come, still work is going on. And as I've shown you in the previously, like Avenger and this thing, so we may see in future similarly like that, and where we need to basically with the robots or this kind of cobots, we need to work together and we need to also excel. Right? So these are the three types of artificial intelligence. One is narrow, one is general intelligence, and it is the artificial super intelligence. Right? So these are the things that are the in AI what we're going to look into. Now, for example, what are the artificial narrow intelligence or ANI? This artificial intelligence systems are designed to solve one single problem and would be able to execute a single task really well. By definition, they have narrow capabilities like recommending a product for an e-commerce user or predicting the weather. Right? So they won't be able to do much based on whatever the feedback that is available into their knowledge base. They're only able to answer that. So they are not able to answer some smart questions, and for that we need to go for the strong AI. What is artificial intelligence or AGI? It is defined as an AI which has a human level of cognitive function across wide variety of domains such as language processing, image processing, computation processing, and reasoning, and so on. Now, for example, through the image processing, what you can do is that now you think through. Now you have gone to, I was giving you an example of an airport, the security system. Now, if you have got a database of the images of the person, right, who are convicts or has got police records, right, automatically what happened using that image processing of the facial recognition or that they can be found out and automatically proper action can be taken so that the risk can be lowered. Next is in case of image processing also, there are areas for some examples I will show you later on. Using that, we can be using the less than human touch, be able to predict, and based on that, the action can be taken much, much faster. I move on to the next one, that is what is artificial intelligence, super intelligence. An artificial super intelligence ESI system would be able to surpass all human capabilities. This would include decision making, taking rational decisions, and even includes things like making better art and building emotional relationship. Of course, a lot of research in Japan, there is a relationship is happening where they want to see, as you know, in Japan, what is happening, the number of marriages is becoming very, very less. And also what you can find, the number of kids that is coming up in Japan is coming very, very less. So people find some emotional touch and have to have some emotional relationship with robots. So they're trying to, a lot of investment is also going on in that area also. And also especially what happens is that now, if you go, I'm just talking to you when I was in Germany, Paderborn, which has got the world's largest computer lab. Of course, you have the robots or this thing, but they are mimicking what you are doing, or they are absolutely not have any emotional intelligence or experience. Now, if you can build some of the emotional experience into them, right? So they can basically provide, if they can smile to you or give some based on the intelligence artificially built to them, based on the question they're asking, then you also feel good, right? So this is again a lot of research is going on. Of course, that is going to come. For example, you want to go to a store, right, where you have got a robot which will walk you through the whole area and will help you to pick and choose your articles. Now, if that also the robot that is going to be walking around the whole store and this thing, if have got can provide you some good inputs or kind of crack some jokes, and based on your level of discussion or interaction it's happening, you will feel good, right? So these are some of the things research is going on, and that is maybe in future we're going to see on that. So we have discussed about the weak AI. We have discussed about the strong AI, right? So some of the examples of weak AI, can you give some of you? We have talked about Siri or Alexa, that is fine, but some of you can give some more weak AI examples. Hello, students.
Google Assistant.
Good. So a computer can be programmed to play the chess without need of a mind. For example, if you're playing cards or chess, right? Now, it can be a weak AI, but there are some programs or games that are coming up that are got with some intelligence building in. So when you, based on your action, they are taking some other actions, right? So those are basically who are playing sports and this thing, they must be aware, those are basically getting built up, and where you have got the smart basically systems or gaming systems that are coming up. Next is the examples, for example, are
one confusion, sir.
Yeah, please tell me. Yeah.
Sophia, human or robot? No.
Yes.
She is a strong AI or weak AI because she can express she can
it's a
smile.
strong AI. You are absolutely correct. Very good question. Now, absolutely you're correct. So, for example, when I was in LA, I went to the Universal Studio, Hollywood movies, where the Hollywood movies are made. Yeah. So there, of course, when I went there, they have created some kind of like animation and this thing. It was a tour that I made, right? So when you go there, in a cart you're traveling. So what happens is that you are passing through. There will be kind of a fire is happening. The animation things coming to you and hitting. So your car is also basically shaking. Make you feel that you are part of the whole thing, right? Now, creating those things, suddenly the water will be coming to put the fire off. So it is all has been programmed in such a way, right? So that you feel you are part of this whole journey. And those are based on all artificial intelligence, because you need to be, when you're coming into that part of the area, based on that, those whole things will be activated. It will have sensors, right? Those sensors will be activated. So it is a high level of programming that has been done into that, so that you feel you're part of the whole exercise.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so great.
Yeah.
Good. So now I move on to some of the advantages. So these are some of the advantages. One is that it is available 24/7. For humans, we need to sleep, isn't it? You need to go and have food. You need to enjoy with your friends, isn't it?
Yes, definitely, sir.
Right? You need to play sports. So you will not be available 24/7, but this, like chatbot or robots, they're available 24/7, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Next is that what happens among humans, how good you are at. Humans are always prone to errors. Right? Now, if using the artificial intelligence and built into the robots, what will happen? We can minimize the errors, isn't it?
Yes, of course, sir.
Yes, sir, of course.
The most important thing, helps in repetitive work. Now, if somebody like if our chatbot was not there, if somebody asked the same question, please reset my password. Please let me know I forgot my password, how to do it. Right? The person who is answering after some time will get bored, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right? So what is
It's
happening?
irritating.
So all the repetitive work.
We got angry also.
Yeah. It's so irritating.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So if those repetitive work are given to our robots, what will they do? They will happily do it without any frustrations or mood change.
Yeah.
So you can see the advantages that using the AI, how we are getting the benefits. for example, whatever the questions you are asking, right? You can get those answers promptly. Now, some of the also the chat box, what it does when you're typing, automatically it gets into the data bank what you are typing also. So before you complete, automatically what it does, it processes what are the, based on the previous questions, what are the answers are also available. So once you complete your questions, you will find immediately some answer coming in.
Yes, nowadays our keyboard also just guess what we are trying to type. We just type, I want this. The keyboard just guess what we want. Sometimes it's happened, no?
Yes, absolutely. So that is how it is done, because based on your previous questions, right? Based on the questions that are generally people ask, the trends, right? They will already keep that into it. Otherwise, what happens? See, these are, have got a huge database, right? Maybe 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, or 10 terabyte, whatever terabyte of data it is there. Now, if it's after the end of the question, if you want to search, right, it will take enormous time. So once you start for I like this or I want this, with I want, automatically what are the want questions that are automatically populated, the search, and already those information is put it into the queue. And once your question gets, you have the question, automatically then it selects which are the correct answer and it picks and provide it to you. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So your waiting time is becoming less and you feel happy. Ultimately, it's the user congeniality that has to be bring in, right? How the user feel happiness, because nobody wants to wait for so long time.
Yeah, and nowadays keyboard also can guess the name of that person. It's so shocking. Yesterday I was writing something and exactly same person name popped out to me. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, absolutely correct. So you can understand. So it is in a day-to-day life, we are always taking the advantage of this, but without somebody maybe not knowing, since you are being aware, maybe your fellow colleagues or fellow students may not be aware of this. That is how it has been done. Next is the digital assistance. I shown about the digital assistant, the lady, right? So how she's able to answer the questions 24/7 without any mood change or mood swings, because if you get the repetitive question again and again, as any human, we get bored, right? So that is not happening. So all the users also feel happy, and the lady who is our digital assistant lady also feeling happy because she is able to answer a lot of questions. Next is faster decisions, correct? So what is happening? You are able to take faster decisions because you are getting your input much faster, right? Rational decision making, because you are able to get the inputs much faster, and like artificial, already based on the kind of scenarios that answers has been provided, you're using that built into the robot, right? And you're getting the answers. So your prediction of the answers will be more accurate and you're able to get a more rational answer. Next is it improves security. How it improves security? Because using the artificial intelligence, you can have build an algorithm. You can have the voice recognition. You can, for example, you have the some of your mobiles may have the thumbprint, right? And only by that it will opens, isn't it? Or facial
Yes, sir.
recognition.
Yes, sir.
Some mobile phone has a facial recognition, isn't it?
Yes, I have both.
Yeah. So how it does? It
with AI, sir, obviously.
Correct. So it's already built in your mobile. So you can see you are already using that, right? And efficient communication, isn't it? Give me an example of an efficient communication.
Chatbots, Sophia, Google Assistants, that kinds of things with the help of natural language processing and AI, sir.
Very good. So using the natural language processing, we can do it. So again, let me take you to our friend Keva. So this is how it has been done. Now, what we are doing, so it's able to answer the question. And how it is done, let me just take you through. Either user interface, either it can be voice, it can be data or video, right? It get queued, and then the request is what interpreted is there. This is how generally in industry is done. Then you have the data pre-processing, and then you have got the AI engine, the AI brain. Then you have the deep learning, NLP processors, machine learning, knowledge builders, self-learning, right? And then you have got the plugin automation scripts and robotic processing. RPA is built on that. And based on that, what is happening? Using the AI connector, you're able to provide the information what is required to the user. And you can create some beautiful dashboard reports. And based on that, you're able to publish those reports. And also based on that, if you're an engineer having the repetitive task, what is there, you're able to provide answer to this, isn't it? Using this AI intelligent platform or brain, right? So this is how in industry that has been done. Just to want to give you a glimpse, so that I know you all, some of you will be going into the AI, some industry and this thing. So this is how generally that is been done using this brain. And of course, there is a continuous improvement need to be done based on the questions that has been some of future that is you're not able to are part of the database. Those are also added so that this is the enhanced capability of the AI is being done, right? For this using this kind of a scenario. So this is how it has been done. Any question till now?
Sir, I have one question. I'm one of the faculty in Kripanadi. Sir, there are so many advantages and developments in the side of artificial intelligence are there, but nevertheless, there are so many backsides also, which means 4 months back also, the European Union took some actions against the algorithms, some toxic algorithms. For example, so we are developing everything for in a positive side also. For example, for password security or password detection, that will help, of course, the cybercrime wing and all for making some actions and all. But in a way, some others are treating that algorithm in negative way also. So they put some algorithms in a toxic way. They are classified. As an artificial intelligence expert, what's your solution or what's your opinion from your side, sir?
That's a good question. In fact, I have got some sessions and topics on that. I will walk you through about what are the bad effects of this also in the industry and how it can be done. So for example, you have Europe, if you know, the GDPR is there. That is basically, you cannot have some of the data pass on from the Europe to any other countries, right? If you have to pass on the data, you need to mask those data if you're aware of that, right?
Okay.
Now, for example, currently what is happening for the banking, in fact, I was working for this thing where we have given a blockchain concept, as you know, using the distributed ledger of blockchain, where it's very difficult to crack the your algorithm. Where the security is there. Of course, when we go to the cyber security, there are some areas I will take you and walk you through on those areas, and those really will help you to manage your security much better. So generally, what happens if the product has been developed? You have got the white hat hackers and the black hat hackers. So generally, the black hat hackers are the non-ethical person who try to break into your security, right? But you have got the white hat hackers, which are basically hackers which are been engaged to check whether any lapse of the security system is there. So they directly provide those information to the CIO or to the organization so that it enables you to have your whole security system much better. And so that it doesn't prevent any cyber loss or any kind of breach in your security. So depending upon the scenario and what kind of thing is that need to be looked into. And regarding the coding, of course, there are some tools and this thing to check that there is no flaw into the coding, so that there is cannot be any breach using and can penetrate to the coding, and some hacking can be done. Of course, that is another topic we can discuss in length some other day. I hope you're able to answer your question.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. I'm waiting for that.
Sure. Thank you. So with this, I want to close today's session. If you please let me know if you have got any questions.
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Like Nisha ma'am told, like the algorithms are being using in a negative way, and ma'am also told that like an AI has been found like a 40,000 not chemical reaction mixer, which in just in 6 hours. Like for humans, it would take like around almost 100 or more than years to find one formula. Like for atom bomb, it took around 2 years to find a formula. Like this artificial intelligence has found like a 40,000 chemical reactions in just in 6 hours. So if the algorithm is able to find the negative and like find nuclear weapons, and if they are also able to write their own codes, like if the user is inputting one algorithm, and if the that same algorithm is able to change the like the what's the purpose they have input the algorithm and change and create their own. So what if they have their own conscience has been new implemented or been founded, and like they have the ability to think, or like what can we do like from this Google or from that they can search from the Google and change or like improve their ability. So how we can face it, or like what we are supposed to do if they have the ability to develop their own codes and rewrite the software.
Okay, good. So generally, as you know, any algorithm is basically you need to write a process has to be kind of a software language you're using, maybe Python or C++, whatever, Java, right? Now, it is also the mathematical algorithm you're building on, right? Now, if you allow somebody to penetrate your programming or the codes, right, that means your proper security is not there in place. First of all, now next is that if you place a proper security on top of your coding that you have created, then nobody can come and hack you. Next is that, so that is a kind of a security system you need to, cybersecurity you need to have. And that is basically the cybersecurity consultants need to work on that. Next is coming to the artificial intelligence using kind of a algorithm on that. Of course, there is a lot of research happening and a lot of work is happening where based on the algorithm, it can create its own programs and will help you to get the faster information, and that is there, and that is quite possible, and that is what the people are also working on, because nobody wants to create tons and tons of codes and just to find out a solution. And that is what the advantage of basically the AI is bringing into the table, where using your knowledge, already you have done it before, using those algorithm and logic so that it able to search much better, much faster, and which provide you the information much better way, isn't it? So that is how it has been done. Right? Okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
Good. So with this, I'm closing today's session, and again we will meet. And in fact, Sweta and Harilakshmi will schedule the meeting, and I will looking forward. I'm quite excited again to discuss with all of you. So thank you for a great interaction, and I will look forward to more interaction from you going forward.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.